Amazon stock, or ticker symbol AMZN, is finally breaking out of a very established resistance pattern at that $3,500 to $3,550 range. Amazon bulls have attempted to breach this powerful resistance level several times over the last 11 months and have failed each time. But not today. Ironically, Amazon stock is breaking out of this range of heavy resistance on the same day that Jeff Bezos is departing as Amazon CEO. Now Amazon is actually trading at all-time highs, which means blue sky levels. In this episode of 9 to 5 Investing, I'm going to discuss the significance of this technical breakout for AMZN stock to all-time highs, and then I'm going to discuss why I believe the market is reacting so positively to Amazon having a new CEO. Now, this technical breakout is a big deal for Amazon stock. Why, you might ask? Well, in my view, there are two main reasons why this is a significant technical breakout for AMZN stock. The first reason that I believe this is a strong technical breakout for Amazon stock is because it is now officially trading in blue sky territory. Now, when I'm talking about blue sky territory, all I mean is that the stock is actually trading at all-time highs. So the next logical question is, why is a blue sky breakout more significant than a standard breakout? Because in a blue sky breakout, there are a lot less people trying to sell the stock. Whenever a stock is at all-time highs, you don't have any bag holders. Every single time that a stock has a breakout, then retreats to a lower level, there are always going to be some bag holders. For anyone that does not already know, a bag holder is simply just an investor that is holding a stock that is at a lower level today than the price that they actually bought that stock for. A bag holder is essentially any investor that has unrealized losses. So I give you this background to explain one simple concept. At this very moment in time, there are no bag holders for Amazon stock. Okay, well, technically there are a few bag holders because Amazon is not going to close at the daily high, but you get the point. And because there are very few bag holders on Amazon stock right now, there are going to be very few investors that are in the market to sell their shares of Amazon stock just to break even. The fact that there are very few sellers in the market for Amazon stock means that the stock is going to have a lot more upward price momentum. Price movements in stocks are basically just fluctuations in supply and demand. Blue sky breakouts have two main effects on the supply of a stock. The first, we already discussed. There are going to be less sellers because there are less people trying to dump their bag and break even on Amazon stock. The second effect on the supply that this blue sky breakout is going to have is there are going to be more buyers that will shrink the supply because there's always a lot of excitement generated from new all-time highs on any stock. This breakout of AMZN stock is significant for this blue sky reason, but that is not the only reason that this breakout should be strong. The second reason that this breakout should be strong, should be significant, is because this was a very strong level of resistance. If you look at the weekly chart, where each candlestick is going to basically show the price activity for 1 week, you're going to see that Amazon stock got rejected several times from this range at the $3,500 to $3,550 level. This was a very strong resistance level. The more times that a stock price gets rejected from a certain price level, that's going to signify stronger and stronger resistance. And ironically, the thing that finally pushed Amazon stock above this resistance level was Jeff Bezos leaving as CEO of Amazon, which is very strange. This guy has been an excellent CEO. He's been with the company, he started the company in 1994. So if anything, you would think that this would create a little bit of uncertainty for shareholders, but this is not the case. Let's talk about that right now. So my personal belief is Jeff Bezos is kind of tired of dealing with all the headaches of running a $1 trillion plus company like Amazon, particularly the government getting so interested in this antitrust type of stuff. I'm sure he's wanting to avoid going to these regulatory hearings and stuff like that. Frankly, it seems like Jeff Bezos has other interests besides running Amazon. If you look at Bezos' Instagram, you'll see a picture of him chilling with The Rock and a video about how he is going to realize his lifelong dream of traveling to space with his brother on July 20th. So that's Bezos. He has been running Amazon, working his butt off, building this incredible, like $1.7 trillion company since 1994, and now he just wants to live like a recently divorced bachelor that also happens to be the richest man in the world. And it looks like Bezos is going to do just that. Now that leaves shareholders of Amazon with Andy Jassy. Andy Jassy is actually a former executive of Amazon's AWS segment, their cloud computing segment, and now he will actually be the CEO of Amazon. This shakeup in Amazon's executive management was actually announced earlier in the year. It was announced in February, but the market actually seems to be reacting to the news as Jeff Bezos is leaving Amazon, because Amazon stock is up rather significantly while the overall broader markets, including the Nasdaq, are down. So why is the market reacting so positively to having Andy Jassy as the new CEO of Amazon? Well, this is all speculation because it's not like I can tap directly into the minds of thousands upon thousands of Amazon shareholders, but I do believe that they think that Jassy is a viable replacement for Bezos because Jassy actually used to run Amazon's most profitable business segment. That was their AWS, their cloud computing. So here's a comparison that will really help you understand the significance of Amazon Web Services. They actually brought in about $200 billion across their e-commerce segments in 2020. Amazon only generated about $40 billion of revenue from their Amazon Web Services, their cloud computing business segment, yet it actually accounted for about 63% of their operating profit in 2020. In other words, AWS only accounts for about 12% of Amazon's revenue, yet it actually brings in about 63% of Amazon's operating profit. The margins from cloud computing are much higher than the margins from e-commerce will ever be for Amazon, and this is exactly why this business segment, AWS, is the most important business segment that Amazon has. Jassy has been with Amazon almost since the beginning, back in Bezos' garage, and he is really the one that has pioneered this cloud computing business. Since AWS is Amazon's most significant, again, their most profitable by far, despite having a fraction of the revenue that comes from the e-commerce business segments, that's why this makes Andy Jassy the natural successor to Jeff Bezos. So how will Amazon be different under the reins of Andy Jassy instead of Jeff Bezos? Well, one early indication is that he actually added two items to Amazon's leadership principles. And those two items are going to be empathy and being the world's best employer. So it seems like Jassy is going to have a pretty big emphasis on employee satisfaction. Now, it's important to understand Bezos wants more time for his hobbies, including hanging out with his new girlfriend that is apparently a pilot and traveling to space, but he is actually still going to be the executive chairman of Amazon. So my interpretation of this shift in executive leadership is that Jassy is going to do a lot of the more heavy lifting from an executive management perspective, including those congressional hearings that inevitably Amazon CEO is going to have to attend, but then you're going to have Bezos in the background who is going to have more time for his hobbies, but he probably will have the final say on most major decisions. I think that the stock market liked this shakeup in executive management because Jassy can bring in a new perspective that will help make Amazon build even more value for its shareholders over time, but you're still going to have Bezos in the background making sure that the Amazon empire doesn't burn down. If you enjoyed my analysis on Amazon stock today, please consider smashing that subscribe button or gently tapping the like button, as either action really does help out with that YouTube algorithm that is getting more competitive by the day, it seems like. Thank you so much for spending a part of your day to be here. It does mean a lot to me. Genuinely, I mean that. And hope you have a very bullish day. If you would like to watch a video about Amazon's Chinese competitor that also happens to trade at a cheaper valuation than Amazon, then click the thumbnail on the left. If you want to watch a video about a new space company that is trying to eliminate all cellular connectivity gaps, then click the thumbnail on the right.